Hello there. So I'm out to do a recce for a video that hopefully I'll be able to publish on Saturday, depending on the weather. I'm going to take a walk up this road behind me. The road's about maybe 2 miles and it takes you right up to where the wind farm or the wind turbine farm is at the top of the Afton Reservoir. Now you've probably seen this a few times in some of my other videos where Lassie was flying about, and you'll have seen some of the wind turbines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a walk right up there and I'm going to see just how windy it is today on a day where UEV said the weather was good and the wind was low. So I'm going to take a walk up and see what it's like, and I also want to see if there's a signal up there on the internet, because what I'd like to do on Saturday if possible is I'd like to live stream. That'll be my first live stream ever. I've never done anything like that before. I'm not quite sure how to do it, but by Saturday I will have worked out how to do it. I think it's quite easy. You just press the live button and you go live. It's something as simple as that. So I'll be taking a walk up there today to have a recce and a look, and there's a lot of signs that say you can only go through the road. I think that's for driving. Don't park here. No unauthorised access. Well, that's fair enough, but this is Scotland. In Scotland, that no unauthorised access doesn't mean diddly. Right, as a Scotsman, I can go anywhere I want and nobody can stop me. That's my right in Scotland. So I'll be taking a walk up there and just seeing if there's an internet connection up there so I can go live, and just to see how windy it is on a day where the UEV forecast says it's not windy. I can tell you right now that down here, quite low, it's very windy and it's quite rainy as well, even though UAV forecast said it's not going to be raining and it's not going to be windy. So anyway, I'll take a walk up there and I'll show you some of the journey, but not all of it, because it's probably going to take me about an hour to get to the closest turbine. So obviously you don't want to sit there and watch me for an hour trogging along a track. So I'll break it up, but I'll stop now and again and show you some of the sights on the way up. So let's get on with this. I'm out today to do a wee recce of an area that I've visited before a few times, but not this particular part of the area. And I'm at the Afton Reservoir and Dam area near the River Afton. And sometimes on my videos that I've taken here, if you've had a look, you'll have seen the big turbines in the background there. I don't know if you can pick them up the new there, but there are turbines up in the hills. So I thought I'd come up today and do a wee recce, get a bit closer to these wind turbines for a video. Well, actually it's no video, for a live stream that I'm planning to do on Saturday. Now this will be my first live stream ever, so I don't know I've never done one before, don't quite know how to do it, so I will be looking at a few resources, YouTube resources and different things like that will hopefully show me how to do a live stream. I don't think it's too hard. I just think you go in and you hit a button that says go live, and then what happens is you go live. And we'll see. All I have to do is make sure that once I'm up here I can get an internet signal, because we're out kind of in the middle of nowhere, and the internet signal sometimes is quite hard to get in locations like this. So I will be finding the spot that I want to go live at on Saturday, and I'll be checking the internet signal to see that you can actually go live from there. So I've got a fair bit to walk yet. I've already walked about a mile or so, all uphill may I add, and I've still got a fair bit to go to get to the wind turbines. But I think it'll be quite an interesting live stream to do from up there. This is of course providing that the weather at the weekend is good. I've got a slight haze, which is less than a drizzle of rain coming down on me the now, and there's a wee bit of wind as well, which you may be able to pick up on the microphone, I don't know. But anyway, if I swing this round and show you that I am getting closer to the wind turbines there, and I'm going to find one of those which is a wee bit away from the power line that's running across this part of the land there. Don't know if you'll be able to pick that up or no, but there's a power line running across here as well, so I want to be away from that power line. And I can see that the lens of this camera is actually starting to get spotted with the weather, which I'm not going to stop and remove because I don't think it will be too bad, and it will give you a bit of the atmosphere that I'm out in today. This is November in Scotland, the southern part of Scotland, and although the weather doesn't get absolutely freezing at any point down here, it still does get quite cold quite early on. So we're sitting about 3 degrees Celsius at the moment, with a wee bit of wind and a bit of a mist of rain which is moving up towards a drizzle. But that'll no deter me, and it'll certainly no deter Lassie from getting out to do a recce here. I've had a look at the weather for tomorrow for this area, and it's not looking good. It's looking as if it's going to be raining all day and all night. So I'm hoping that Saturday might be a better day and I can get up here, because the whole point of coming up here will be to get Lassie in the air to do some flying around these wind turbines. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, are you seriously going to let Lassie up there to fly around those wind turbines? Because who knows what she's going to do. I know. And I've been thinking about that, and I've had a wee word with her. And I've said to her, now, you're not going to do anything crazy, are you? You're just going to take a nice wee gentle fly around, and so we can see the field of wind turbines, aren't you? Of course, she just giggled and laughed. Don't know what that means, but I suppose I have to trust her. The wind's picking up now as well, and the mist of rain is starting to come down right onto my face. And the further, it's strange, but the further I walk towards these wind turbines, the further away they seem to be getting. Which is a bit of a strange phenomenon. It looks as if it's only a few hundred yards, but these wind turbines are very deceiving in their size, and it's not until you're right up next to one that you realise just how gigantic they are. So as you can clearly see, and maybe even hear, the rate at which the turbine is spinning round means the wind is really high, and there is no way today that Lassie could go up and fly there. And today on the UAV weather app, it said that the weather was okay and it wasn't too windy to go up and fly. So if that's what it says on a day when it's quite clear that it is too windy, I wonder what it would be like up here if the UAV weather app said it's far too windy to go up and fly. So I'm hoping that on Saturday we get a less windy and less wet day, so we can get up here. Whoop. So we can get up here and get Lassie up to do her thing and have a look around this field. If not, I'll come up with a plan B, don't worry about that. I'll find something else to do, but this would be a nice one if we can get up without any. Whoa! and at least without winds that high, and certainly without this wee misty drizzly rain that's happening, as you can see. I'm looking more windswept than usual, I think. I don't mind that. Okay, so anyway, hopefully see you on Saturday, and for the moment I'm out of here. And I was just thinking to myself there that I do want to continue to come out during the winter months and film with Lassie, and hopefully sometimes she'll get up in the air. But I'm going to be needing some Gore-Tex clothing and outerwear. So if there are any outerwear clothing specialists watching this video would like to sponsor me, I'd be more than happy to accept your sponsorship for some gear that'll allow me to, because at the moment what I'm wearing is soaked right through, and I'm only halfway through the journey. I've got to go all the way back now. By the time I get back I'm going to be soaked and my skin will be shriveled like a dried prune. So I don't think I can do this all through the winter. I will absolutely need some protective clothing, and I don't have any good Gore-Tex stuff. It's very expensive, and to be honest with you, I just can't afford it. So if anyone would like to sponsor me with some Gore-Tex clothing, I wouldn't say no. Now you may recognise this area from the video that I did just a couple of weeks back, the pullback video, where I was clambering down among those rocks there, flew Lassie through the bridge, and at the other side was where she had her wee crash. So I was standing just there in that corner, and the Lassie flew through there, and the reason that she crashed wasn't her fault at all, it was my fault. Because as I flew her under the bridge, she went round this wee corner here and was out of my sight, and stupidly I just thought, well, I'll bring her over to the side where I'll be able to see her again, not realising how close she was to the bank and the edge. And the few feet that I flew her over to the right was where she had her wee crash, and she crashed just there into that grass there. Then I retrieved her. I think I stood somewhere here and did another pull back up through the trees just there, over in between these wee buildings. And now, as you can see, just a couple of weeks later, the water's off a high, because we do get a lot of rainfall in Scotland. And if I can get a sponsor to sponsor me with some good hiking clothes, Gore-Tex, then this winter I might even get right up to the top of there.